All right, welcome everyone back to another episode, one more round, the show where I ask people from around Overwatch Esports if they're down to play one round of Overwatch, while I ask them a round of questions. Today, my guest is virtual support player from NTMR. Man, thank you so much for joining me.
Of course, nice to be here. I'm excited.
It's awesome to have you on, and I have a question that I ask everyone that's been a part of this so far, and just an easy question, get out of the way first. When did you start playing Overwatch?
I started playing Overwatch, I think midway through Overwatch 1, like around when BAP released, but I never like truly like played until the start of Overwatch 2. That was kind of when I started really playing the game.
So when you first got into it, like you said, it was around the time BAP was released, or mostly on Overwatch 2. What was your main role? Was it support that you're known for now, or was it something else, or were you just kind of playing everything?
I was actually known for I used to play like a lot of DPS. I was kind of like a Widow one trick a lot of the time, but around Overwatch 2, I started really playing support. I played Ana a lot, and I ended up being really good Ana. So I was like, this role is a lot more fun when you win more on this role. So that's kind of why I transitioned to support.
Knowing how support, or holy shit, I can't ask a question. Playing support a little bit just in some community leagues, I know it's always a tough thing because it almost kind of unfairly feels like supports maybe get a little bit too much flack here. Do you think that is the case, that supports maybe get a little bit too much flack for if they're playing good or if they're playing bad?
I think it's kind of fair. The supports are the most like broken. Like they have the best utility. Like they have the best everything, right? So if your support's playing like worse than theirs or whatever, then it's like it's a much harder game to win whenever your DPS are playing bad. It's just like the best role. But I think people are a little too prejudiced, where you can kind of like let them like have a little bit of more leniency towards support players. But yeah, I think it's like pretty valid.
Yeah, and especially with rumors going around and Blizzard bringing back the quick play hack with 6v6 going back in. What's your opinion on 5v5 versus 6v6 argument that it seems like never goes away here?
I don't really mind whatever game mode the main game is. Like whatever the main game is, I'm just happy to play it. Never really have a preference. Obviously, I would probably prefer 5v5, but I've never really got to play 6v6, so I'd want to like play both and see which one I like more.
And let me ask you this right now. You're right now on NTMR, but you're a former champion in Face It League Masters on Kintsugi. You've played on Ex Oblivione. You've been a part of, or you've represented the Tanuki org at some point as well. What is there any pressure of playing with those orgs that are like really well known across T2?
It's never been like pressure, I guess. I've usually just played, and whatever happens happens. I never really worry about my results. I just want to get better at the game, and I think that's kind of been my motto for the last few like months and years of playing in Tier 2.
Yeah, and like I said, former champion, so you've reached the top of what is T2 right now. You're trying to get back this season, especially with it being the last season that is the promotion relegation to OWCS. And I would imagine, especially with the team you have here on NTMR, that it is something that you are looking at as that boom or bust thing. Like it's either you're making it to OWCS or you're not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is kind of like I mean, originally whenever I was joining the season, I was really nervous because I wasn't really getting too many offers, but kind of like midway through the off season, I started getting a bunch of offers from like different teams, and I'm like, wow, like there's a bunch of different teams, and NTMR originally didn't even have LEP on it. Like they were looking for a main support, so I wasn't sure where to go, but ever since like LEP joined NTMR and the trials went well and all that, I was like, all right, this is the season where I can kind of prove myself to be an OWCS level player.
And actually, let's talk about LEP or YB right now. I'll say LEP during this, but if I ever cast you guys, it's gonna be YB, and I'm gonna act like I don't know who that's LEP.
Yeah.
Having him on the team, someone who has that OWCS experience and just being a really good player, does it kind of like lower your nerves a little bit, or bring you like a little bit of a sense of relief that you have such a great player next to you on the support line?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, that guy's like just like the GOAT. Like, there's so many moments where I'm just like, wow, like if I had any other player on my support line, it's like that would have never worked out, or like a play wouldn't have worked. But I just have like a world-class level Lucio, and like everything just feels so much better playing with him.
I mean, again, an incredible player there. But I mean, also yourself, you're starting to probably get up there in that talks of like really great just players in the region as well. You're like I've already said, you're on Nightmare right now. You're also on a collegiate team at Cumberland here, which has been a big surprise. I feel like to a lot of people who have covered collegiate here over the last couple of years, where I feel like it was only 2 years ago Cumberland came out of nowhere, and now they're essentially, I think, a powerhouse without OWCS players. What's it kind of like to be on a team like that, where there's a lot of great up and coming talent that might not have been, has not made it to that top tier kind of potential yet?
I mean, I think what Cumberland has that like a lot of other collegiate programs don't have is like we're just a bunch of friends at the end of the day. You know, like every day, like after class and stuff, it's just like I just have like all these guys, like, and I just get to hang out with them and all that. And so it's like maybe like player quality wise, they're not like, you know, the OWCS or even like, you know, tier 2 level caliber players, but it's like at the end of the day, like we're so much we're just better like like I don't know, we're just better teammates at the end of the day. And I mean, we've had it proven against like St. Clair and all that, where it's like my tank player isn't face it open, but we're still like, you know, going 5 maps with the distance with, you know, players that are on DSG and Dildux and all that, even though they're kind of a joke team. But it's still like OWCS level players going toe to toe with a guy that was like 4th in face it open. You know, yeah. It's all about teamwork.
Yeah, and actually, let's talk about just that right now. Again, you're in Masters on a great team in collegiate. What is that? What is the biggest difference you think in the level of competition between Face It League and just collegiate?
I think it's, I don't know, there's not really that much of a difference. I mean, the only main difference I could say is that like you get to see all your teammates in person and all that, right? But like scrim blocks and like just general like things, it's not really like different in a way. It's like it's just you get to see your teammates in person, which is always, you know, better because you can just talk to them if you ever need issues. But yeah, it's pretty similar.
Yeah, and I'm gonna ask this because we kind of brought it up before we came on here. But Lijiang Tower, you said it's a really fun map, and I'm not gonna disagree. Maybe it's a map that gets played a little bit too much here, but in your opinion, what's an overrated map and what's an underrated map in this game?
Overrated map, I mean, gotta be Kings Row. I low-key don't even like that map at all. It's just trash. But an underrated map, I would say, would probably... I've always loved New Junk City, and I feel like it's always like the least loved Flashpoint map, but it's honestly my favorite. I think Servasa is also a little bit of an overrated map, but I love New Junk City. It's always been my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, New Junk City, I feel like it's starting to get a lot of play now because I think a lot of people are starting to get tired of Servasa. But like I think Servasa and New Junk City play completely different, and it's really fun just to see teams actually start to play it like that as well. But I mean, again, being a support player here, what do you think is maybe the biggest misconception of being a support player, especially at the level that you're at?
I think it's the biggest misconception is always like you're a support, you're not a healer, right? So you always have the ability to be proactive. Like a lot of the time I would VOD people and they're always like, I just feel like I'm just stuck like heal botting my team, and it's like you don't have to do that, you know? Like obviously it's great that you're doing that to help your team, but it's not a necessary thing, right? There's so many like really good support players that are not known to be like that healing type. Like, you know, like there's Landon, Ultraviolet, like all these players are super strong at being able to just like kill things.
Yeah,
but they're also good at healing.
Yeah, and I will say during the Overwatch Collegiate Homecoming event, I feel like we got to see that a lot with some of the support players really starting to play Iari a lot and essentially make Iari like a third DPS hero. But I mean, right now, just focusing back in on some of your teammates, like you said, we talked about Lep. You have a lot of great teammates, but who would you consider to be maybe the best teammate you've ever played with?
Best teammate I've ever played with? It's a hard choice. I've had a lot of really great players. I think the best teammate I've ever had probably would be Lep, just because he's been able to lead me so much and all that. But I've always like loved playing with the EXO guys. Some of the Kintsugi players are also like all great. Even some of the Tanuki Tapar guys all the way back like a year ago. Like never had like a superstar, you know, player besides Lep, but you know, love all the guys.
All right, but that is the end of the round virtual. I want to thank you so much for coming on and I feel so bad for how I played this game. The one ultimate I had, I ran straight into a wall and did not get any value out of it. But that'll be it for this episode of One More Round. I'll make sure to give all the shout outs to you for your social media and your Twitch in the post scene right here. Again, thank you so much for joining me. And again, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you tune in next time or ask someone if they're down for one more round of Overwatch. Until then, hope you have a good day, and I'll see you later.
Bye bye.